Hey, what's up, fam? Thank y'all for tuning in once again. As always, be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And when you do subscribe, hit the notification bell so every time I drop a video, you will be the first to know about it. Hey, the interesting story came out recently in the last few days pertaining to the whole Brittney Griner being arrested, tried, and, well, pleading guilty and being given a 9.5-year sentence for bringing a little over 7 grams of pure THC in vape cartridges over to Russia. You know, claiming that it was a mistake, she forgot, she didn't realize what had happened, but she was willing to pay for her mistakes, probably not thinking that she would be sentenced, let's say that, to 9.5 years. When everybody's in uproar, did a video about it, said, you know, we want to see her home. We hate that it happened to her, but in this society, ignorance of the law is no excuse, is what a judge will tell you. If you ever go to jail and say, well, I didn't know. That's why they're gonna say you better read your law. You better read your law, stay on your laws. You know, every year, around about September in Texas, new laws are passed every year. It's published for public record. A lot of newspapers, they will publish it. News sites will tell you what these new laws are and give you a link to look and see. But that's a whole nother story. Just trying to give you a little game for those of you who want to act like you really care about your life and the life of your offsprings and your family members and friends. Know your laws, man. It's because I guarantee you that sometime in your life you're gonna be faced with them. And if you don't know them and try to run from them, it will catch up with you. But anyway, back to Brittney Griner. So a story came out not too long ago that, it's on Twitter, going across Twitter like a firestorm, like these wildfires out here, these storms. That there was this Caucasian girl about 3 years ago was arrested in Russia with convicted of bringing 19 grams of marijuana over from America, and she only served 3 months. And they're saying, oh man, it's the exact same thing. And why is Brittney Griner getting 9 years? Well, let's just say, let's stay surface just for now. If we stay surface, us as, the true brown complexion, no matter how dark it is or how light it is, if we stay on the surface, we realize that, yes, we are, shout out to elder brother Neely Fuller, we are in a system of white supremacy. No matter how much you want to negate or neglect or deny it, it's just there. Does it pertain to every case, to every instance in life? No. But it does, it is a part of most of the things that we go through, most of our dealings in everyday life. So again, we're gonna stay on the surface, and if we realize that we as a people need to understand that we cannot do what they do. Don't even try it. You may get a impartial judge or deal with impartial people, and they'll treat you the same way they treat everybody else. But the chances of that happening to us, as it seems, are slim. So it's best to not do things to get yourself caught up, because you can see where they, the drug laws, how they were unfair to us. You can see how there's more incarcerated people that look like us in jail than other people. You see how they try to say that, well, we commit more crimes. They try to talk about the black on black crime thing, but then you're like, well, crimes are what they call it, proximity, to where it's most crimes are committed against people that you are around. And then too, you got to think, hey, y'all come to the hood and y'all, they arrest our people more than they arrest anybody else, or we get more, we get have more arrests, get in jail more. But anybody can say you can go to pretty much any frat party at any PWI school and can probably go to any frat party, like I said, and arrest many males and females too on alcohol possession, consumption, drug use, and all of that. But they don't do that for whatever reason, and let that be the case. Okay, so like I said, if you want to keep it on the surface level, understand you can't do what they do, so you don't compare yourself ever to anybody else. Never do that, because it makes you look foolish to say, well, that person over there or that different ethnicity did it and they got a slap on the wrist, or they didn't get in trouble. Why am I getting in trouble? Don't ask silly ass questions. Understand what the truth is, understand what it is, and just go with it and adjust your life accordingly until you are able to control every aspect of your life. Until you can do that, until you can control what other people do to you and how they treat you, you control what you can control, and that's your actions, and you just do what's right. Because again, you cannot compare yourself to anybody else. But let's get into the article from Revolt. Isn't this like P. Diddy's TV show or TV channel, what have you? Yeah. It says Russian released a Staten Island teen jailed for weed possession in 2019. It said 2019 incident in which an American white woman was caught with 19 grams of marijuana in Russia has resurfaced following the Brittney Griner sentencing. Audrey Lorber, who was 19 at the time, served roughly 2 months in a Russian prison after she was found guilty of smuggling 19 grams of THC while on family vacation. Anyway, she was also fined 15,000 rubles, which is equivalent of about 375 American dollars. I think they fined Brittney Griner 1 million rubles, which is like so many thousand dollars. I don't know. It might be in the story. The New York Post confirmed that Lorber was found guilty of attempting to import marijuana purchased in the U.S. into Russia. Everybody talking about the law in Russia, and the law is the law, but literally in 2019, Audrey Lorber was arrested for the exact same thing, and she's had 19 grams. 19 grams. What 19 grams of THC, 19 grams of weed. It's a little difference. I mean, but really, let's see, what is it, 28 ounces in a gram, no, 28 grams in an ounce. If you're dealing with like 20%, I looked this up, I go 20%. If 20% of your weed is, THC, then that's like 5.5 grams. So, 5.5 grams of THC. So if you're talking about 19, which is 3/4, talking like about 2 to 4 grams worth of THC, and Brittney Griner had double that. But that's neither here nor there. As previously reported by Revolt, Griner was sentenced to 9 years by a Russian judge on Thursday, August 4th. The WNBA superstar was also ordered to pay a fine of 1 million rubles, which equals to about $16,400 US dollars. The attorney representing Griner had confirmed that her legal team is preparing to appeal a sentence. We need to use every legal opportunity that we have and appeal this one. Appeal is one of these opportunities, said the Phoenix Mercury Star's lawyer, Maria Blagovolina. Furthermore, she knows that the team is very disappointed and very upset with the verdict. I'm sure they are. Sentences for this article of the criminal court, they usually are not so severe. Blagovolina continued. Usually it's like 5.5 or 6 years. Still a whole lot. So 9 years is pretty unusual, and it contradicts the existing court practice in Russia. Although they plan to file an appeal as quickly as possible, another attorney working on Griner's behalf said it can take up to months before they see another trial. So here's the thing with that too. Right now, U.S. and Russia are at odds. If you recall, Russia is in the war with a little tiny country called Ukraine, and they've been in war for quite a while. Been in battle for quite a while. And Vladimir Putin pretty much told people, if you come to the aid of Ukraine, you will feel the wrath. Then your president, Joe Biden, the same president, the same government who can't find money to help the homeless in his own country, in California, can't find the money to, help the poor people be able to become, financially stable. Same ones, they, taking out, programs so kids can't learn trades in school, for the most part. Now, they let them do healthcare trades. You notice that? I know kids who go to high school and they can get, become CNAs and stuff, still low wage, low earning, hard work. So, it's not really something that you can learn a trade, being a mechanic or a painter or working in the HVAC, you can make 30, 40, 50, $500,000 an hour, or, charge $100 an hour for some of this stuff, plumbing, sprinkler system, charging big bucks. Nah, they got stuff like, say, CNAs, where you're making $10, $11, $12 an hour below minimum wage. Pay attention to your government. Yeah, this same government somehow found the money, billions, to send to help aid Ukraine in this fight. Which means now you have got on Putin's bad side. So now you got Brittney Griner. Oh, let's not forget, there's a teacher. What's his name? First name Mark. I can't think of his name. Fargo, something like that. Mark Fogel. You got a teacher, man, his 60s, white man, who's been over there for a little less than a year, because he brought, weed over there in different compartments. He brought like 14 cartridges, had like some weed buds, in his sock, this, that, and the third, and got caught, but he had a prescription, but he was bringing it over there. He brought it over there. Now, this guy's been going to Russia every year for years, and he said he's going to do it. Him and his wife's he was a teacher. I think he's going to go over there one more time, and then he's going to retire from teaching or what have you, or whatever he was doing, and messed around and got called at the airport. Now, what happened was, the wife said normally going through the airports, it was pretty laxed. So her husband had probably been doing this, bringing the marijuana over. Like I said, he had a prescription for it, for like pain and whatever he was going through. And which is probably what Brittney Griner, it's quite possible she did the same. She probably thought the same. Like, last years, the airports have been laxed. They can go through. They don't check it as hard as they did this time. And this time, when they got to the airport, they saw a lot more security. They said they went to a different terminal, different line. And there was a lot more officers and a lot more dogs, I think. She went to the restroom, come back, husband damn near hyperventilating. They found his weed stash. Been in jail ever since. I think he got sentenced to, I don't know how many years, but it's a lot of years. A lot of years in prison for what he brought. Again, it's a different time because it's political. Everything is not racial, but even with that being said, if you just, as a race, like I said, if we just don't try to do what they do, because if they can't get away with it in this society, doggone well, we can't get away with it. We can bring up the little white girl 3 years ago and say she got out in like 2 months. My thing is, so what? That's what she got. That's fine. That don't mean, well, shoot, I guess if she got out in 2 months, I can go take me some over there. If I get caught, I'm only gonna be in jail for 2 months. Who thinks that's stupid? Nobody. I don't want to be in jail for 2 seconds. I only give 2 bats of an eyelash to being any kind of confinement. You see what I'm saying? So let's just think on a different level on everything we do, being constructive. Again, Sister Brittney Griner, I hate it for her. I wish, you know what I'm saying, it didn't happen. I want her to be free. I would love her to be free because, first of all, she's a non-violent offender who's doing something that she could do, that she was legally prescribed in this country. It's just that you just can't do the same thing you do over here. You just can't do it over there. And that's just what you got to learn, man. But anyway, that's all I got for this story, man. Tell me what you think. Leave your comment below and then share it with the world. And with that being said, I leave you in peace, and I'll see you on the other side.